And welcome back to the New York Jets franchise rebuild. Here today, we will be going through all 3 preseason games. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Please leave a like, comment down below what you thought of the preseason games, and don't forget to subscribe. So, what are we basically looking for through these first few preseason games in terms of competition? I would say it's mostly wide receiver and cornerback, and it's for that third spot. So we have third-year wide receiver Ben Toon, who is 25 years old, who is solid route runner all around. I really like Ben. He's going to get the first opportunity, but Ben here, he's going to get the first reps with the first team. Of course, second-year wide receiver Phil Costello, who is also much more known as a deep threat, but he kind of has the similar ratings. He just has a lot more speed. And then, of course, we traded for, during the offseason, Keyshawn Lloyd here, who's also a third-year wide receiver, who's 6'1". He brings a little bit of different skill set. All 3 of these receivers are different in their own respected ways, but we'll see who can step up during this preseason time. Of course, when we flip to the defense, we have a lot more competition. We have second-year corner Sheldon Love, who we drafted in the first round last year. He's going to get an opportunity to step in and become the third corner. And then we have the kid we traded up for, Deshaun Bryan, who is listed as a safety, but he has the skill set of a corner with that 84 zone coverage and 80 man with some hit power and good tackle. The reason I want to see Bryan get a role on this defense, he needs to have one, is because of that 83 catching. But he will get an opportunity. And then, of course, both Michael Carter and Ward are also going to get some competition. But other than that, there's not too much other competition. Sure, there's some roster spots that I'm going to be checking in on, and there's some depth players. But overall, this is just to see, you know, how good Tom Brady is in year frickin' 27 at almost 50 years old. Yes, Tom Brady's on our roster. Yes, I gave him number 12. Here are his ratings. We'll see how he'll play. I don't know if he's going to make the roster. I just signed him for the shits and giggles. But let's get into today's preseason. And welcome to the first preseason game. It's the New York Jets versus the Minnesota Vikings. We play these teams every single preseason. But both teams are coming off on a good off seasons for the New York Jets, and in Jonathan Allen as a veteran and a couple young, high-quality defenders through the draft. Aaron Donald retired. We'll see how our defense will now perform, but also DeAndre Hopkins is still here. We moved off of a couple kids we drafted in our first ever draft class, and we'll see how our offense will play without them. Overall, very excited to enter into year 6, and it starts here today. And leading out his New York offense is this last year's Super Bowl MVP, Steven James, entering into his 5th season as he is an 89 overall, and he's looking to hopefully have a very good season this up and coming year. We added Trent Brown in the offseason to play right tackle, and overall the offense hasn't really changed besides the third receiver and the starting tight end, as we're going to do a little pump fake here, and that's just on me throwing a bad interception. But overall, not too worried about that. That's just me misclicking. But here comes the Vikings quarterback, Ian Culver, who is a 4th-year quarterback looking to get a contract extension. He's a 96 overall, one of the better quarterbacks in our league, and he's looking to lead his Vikings team. But defensively, we have a little bit more change. We have Blake Cashman coming back. We brought in Jonathan Allen. Of course, Sean Franklin Myers is here, but we'll see without Bradbury how our secondary will hold up, as this pass will go for 5. So right now in the slot cornerback, it is Sheldon Love who's going to get the first opportunity there. We'll see how he'll play. I'm going to give each corner a little love here and there just to give them opportunities. Overall, that's what this preseason is, just mostly for myself to see the back half of this roster. There's not too much really competition. It's just to see if we need to make any sort of maybe trades or anything like that, as we get to see number 93, Jonathan Allen, who's our big ticket free agent that we brought in. As it will be 2nd down and 9, as the Vikings are looking to score first here. Culver in under center, 3 tight ends on the field. Here's another carry for Dalvin Cook, and the veteran runner It's going to gain about 7 on this carry. And here's the first third down in today's preseason. You might be wondering where John Franklin Myers is. He's injured. Here is Cook going up the middle of this defense, and he will pick up a first down and more. As it's first down and goal here at the 9. Culver under center. Again, 3 tight ends on the field. I don't know who's in at running back, as they're going to hand this ball off to Justin Jefferson. And Jefferson will fight close to the end zone here. He'll get to the 1. It'll be first down or second down and goal here at the 1. Power formation. Dalvin Cook is back into the ball game. Culver will take it, and here's a fullback dive, and that is a touchdown for the Vikings. Like I was saying before the turnover, we have 2 new starters on the offense, starting tight end and a new starting future starting receiver. Right now, Dylan Henry will be the starting tight end. Right now we have Ben Toon out there who play the Sean Samuel role. We'll see if he can play that role. I don't know just yet. As right around midfield, Steven James looks to throw here, as he's going to turn to Dylan Henry as Henry sheds off a tackler, and he will be able to gain 5. And I say this, I try to say this as early as I can. Some of these plays will not have any me commentating on them, just because I don't commentate throughout the whole game, but if there will just be good clips, either touchdowns, sacks, or something like that. But overall, the New York Jets are driving here with the first team offense, as we are looking to tie up this game here. This will probably be the last drive I get to both Hopkins as well as to Elijah Moore, as this pass is intercepted. Xavier Howard, wow, what an interception in the back corner of the end zone. And here at the beginning of the second quarter, the New York Jets, with Owen Stafford at quarterback, will start with a second down and 5. Here's Stafford looking to throw. He'll go underneath here to Ben Toon, and Toon is breaking free, and that's the first reception, I think, of his day. Right now, some of the more notable names is number 85, Nick Woodley, the rookie tight end that we drafted here, as he's actually going to get this reception, and he will gain the first down. Good job. And right now, the New York Jets offense is looking on point here, as we are entering for the first time into Minnesota territory. Here's Stafford going to Phil Costello, and the second-year wide receiver makes a good reception. Again, Nicholson is hurt on the field. As the New York Jets enter the red zone here, Stafford takes the snap, looks to throw here, and he's looking in the back of the end zone here, and that is Keyshawn Lloyd. And Lloyd, the big-bodied wide receiver, makes that reception for a touchdown. And New York will cut into this lead in half, as it will be third down and 3 here on this play here. Mariota's looking to throw, but he's going to go down. That is Jason Bush with the sack. He's another veteran defensive tackle. We brought him in, and he has fantastic pass rushing moves, and he gets an excellent sack right there. Third down and goal here. Stafford looks end zone here, and this is intercepted. He wanted Keyshawn Lloyd, and the turnover will go all the way back for 6, it looks like, unless someone can catch him. The 3 receivers want to, and no one will. And after the first preseason game, the New York Jets will be losing in this action 31-21. Some more notable notes here. Really didn't get to see either Sheldon Love or Deshaun Bryant really make any sort of major impact towards today's action. Both looked okay. Solid in the running game, solid in coverage. I think we still need more time. But in terms of the receivers, Phil Costello did get hurt, which is definitely a big deal. But both Ben Toon and Keyshawn Lloyd really looked good out there. Lloyd caught 2 touchdowns today to help us, as well as he really looks much more better as an outside receiver. And then you flip it over to Ben Toon, he looks much more as he could do both. He could play in the slot and he can play on the outside. Can't really sit here and say which one had the better day. I would say they both had good days. Owen Stafford overall played good with both the first team and third team offense. Steven James did not have his best day, and Brady, for the shits and giggles, I put him out there for the last 5 minutes. didn't really try to run the ball. We had one big carry by Isaiah Hurts, then he got hurt. So that's not good. But Ben Toon, this kind of sums it up. I mean, when Ben Toon gets the targets, he looks very good out there. But Lloyd as a red zone threat and everything else, he also looked good. Phil, he made a couple good plays, but that's about it. I would say right now it's a battle between Lloyd and Ben Toon for that third receiver spot. Nothing really else to note for the offense. Defensively, the other note for the offense is we had a bunch of injuries towards our offensive line. Towards the defense, we got a few sacks. Jason Bush and Ben Wilson, Wilson is third-year pass rusher who we picked up. He looked really good out there. He made a good play with his sack. He made a couple good tackles. I'm going to keep an eye on him. And then no turnovers. Overall, below average day for our team. It's preseason football, not trying to do too much. Happy to see the backups, though, play. Let's go get into preseason week 2. And welcome to preseason week 2. It'll be the New York Jets versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Coming off of preseason week 1, a couple notable notes here is that Phil Costello is out for the next few weeks with an injury, so that basically makes the number 3 wide receiver between Ben Toon and Keyshawn Lloyd. Hoping that one of these two guys can separate this in this game. I'm going to give them both a lot of opportunities. We're going to give Taylor Newberry the start at running back. We're going to give a lot of younger players starts this week and allow the veterans just to rest. But we're coming off of a loss in week 1. Let's see if we can improve in this game. And entering onto the field is number 3 for Tampa Bay, Clinton, excuse me, Jesus Christ. He's been their starting quarterback over the last few years. He's an 89 overall. He's a very good quarterback in our league. We haven't played against him much besides the preseason. We'll see how we'll play today. We have some new starters out there, some players that are going to get a lot of action, but we are keeping a lot of the first team defense out there. As Clayton will hand this ball off, this is Tony Pollard, the back, and he will gain 2. The first team defense in week 1 in the preseason, they looked good. I mean, they made some plays. I was happy with their performance, hoping this week they can get a couple sacks, maybe get a turnover or something. Sheldon Love is starting at slot corner for us. He's going to get the first half, and then Deshaun will get the second half. As it will be a 3rd down and 7 here, and Tony Tucker is providing the rush here, and he's expected to play a lot today, and he will get his first sack of today's preseason game. As Steven James enters onto the field at starting quarterback, he's an 89 overall. Did not have a good preseason week 1, couple turnovers. Hopefully this week he will look a little bit better here in the first quarter. But we have the starting 5 offensive linemen, starting tight end Elijah Moore's playing, but Keyshawn Lloyd and Ben Toon are out there as the primary receivers. They're going to get a lot of opportunities. I want to see them play a lot today. As it will be 2nd down and 6 here for Steven James as he looks to throw here on 2nd down as he's turning to his playmaker, Elijah Moore, for his first reception of the preseason. 1st down and 10 here at the 21 as New York is trying to strike early here as James is feeling the rush here, stepping up in the pocket, and he fumbles the football here, and this ball's going to go back the other way here. We saw this a lot in the week 1 preseason with the first team offense here, but thankfully Dylan Henry is able to make the tackle on the defensive lineman. Steven James looks a little off right now. As it will be 3rd down and goal now. Here's a 3rd straight Perry Pollard touchdown, Tampa Bay. Off the turnover, New York now is again 1st down and goal here at the 7. James takes the snap as he's looking end zone here. Lloyd is able to rail down this pass. Touchdown, New York. And this is where I think he can excel in. Right in the red zone, he's a big target receiver, and I think he could do a very good job there. 3rd down and goal here at the 2. Stafford takes the snap. He's looking end zone here. Keyshawn Lloyd with a great reception right there. Touchdown, New York. What a reception right there off the fade route. Picture perfect throw right there. We've run this play a few times now, and Lloyd is able to get that ball right there. What a reception. 25 seconds and counting here at the 16-yard line. Looks to throw is Stafford, and this is Lloyd with another great reception in the red zone. His 3rd touchdown of today's action. All of them coming in the red zone. he is definitely showing that he is a red zone threat. What a reception right there. Over their number one cornerback, too. Don't forget that. Tampa Bay still has their number one players out there. As preseason week 2 is officially in the books, the New York Jets will be losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-28. Overall, very good day for our team. I know we still lost the game. We're 0-2 now in the preseason, but like I was saying, I mean, both Ben Toon and Kirkpatrick and Keyshawn Floyd really made a lot of good plays for our offense. I think in this week, Lloyd really showed more upside than Ben did, at least as an outside receiver. But Ben Toon still shows his reliable hands as always throughout the ball game. Overall, neither one of them are really separating in my eyes. I mean, let me know down below what you guys are thinking so far. But right now, I would still be going with Toon. I think he's still a very good receiver. In terms of the slot corner, I right now think that it's Sheldon Love's job to lose. He's making some solid plays out there in coverage. He's not getting beat all the time. Happy to see that. In terms of quarterback play, Owen Stafford looked good. Steven James had a fumble. Same with Kendall. But overall, quarterbacks didn't do anything to like impress me or not. In terms of running, we really didn't try to run the football. I've been trying to get this ball out and throw the football. But, I mean, Keyshawn Lloyd, 3 touchdowns in the red zone. He had 1 drop pass. Ben Toon, 6 catches. He had 2 drops. I mean, you say how you guys think it is, basically. Nick Woodley continues to show that he's reliable. But Tony Tucker on the defense, he got 2 tackles for loss and a sack. He really looked good out there. And also Michael Hamden got an interception. So overall, happy to see the team. We're progressing as a roster, seeing the back half of it. Let's hop into preseason week 3. And welcome to the last preseason game of this year. The New York Jets will be playing against the LA Rams. So far this preseason, the New York Jets are 0-2 and looking to at least get a victory here today. For the New York Jets right now, we are putting out pretty much all the backups. We're resting all the starters for week 1's matchup, but we're going to be playing against a Rams team that has a new starting quarterback. They drafted a rookie quarterback in this year's draft class, so we'll get to see him for the first time in today's action. We're still trying to figure out the third quarterback position, as well as slot corner and a couple other spots on the team. Let's go figure that out here today. And leading out his New York Jets offense is number 1, Owen Stafford, a 70 overall quarterback who's been playing a lot during this preseason. He's expected to be the backup quarterback this year, and he's going to get the start here in the last preseason game. Stafford will start in the shotgun here at his own 25-yard line as he takes the snap, looks to throw here as he's going to go to the rookie tight end, Nick Woodley, who's going to play throughout this entire ball game as he picks up a first down. I mean, as we're entering into this game right now, I don't really have a clear and cut who will be the number 3 wide receiver and the slot corner. Right now, I'm really kind of all over the place with the 2 of them. It could go either or between Lloyd and Ben Toon. Let me know down below who you guys think it is, who we should go with. I think they are both good playmakers, and they definitely deserve to get playing time, and hopefully this year we can give them some playing time. As it will be 3rd down and 4 here for the New York Jets. Stafford takes the snap. He looks to throw here right back to Nick Woodley. So far his favorite target in today's action as he picks up a first down. Stafford under center here as this is Isaiah Hurts, a 5th-year running back, as he gets the call here and he picks up a couple. Right now a lot of these players out there are trying to make the roster, like Alex Dixon here, as this play here is going to get blown up here, as that is D'Angelo Jenkins, and Jenkins was drafted a few years ago to replace Aaron Donald, and right there he's showing off why. Immediately beating the blocking. I don't even think anyone blocked him. Will be a 3rd down and 17 here for Stafford. Takes the snap, looks to throw here as he's trying to get this ball to Ben Toon here deep down the field, and that pass had it to be broken up by Toon. It's incomplete. As it is preseason football, and the New York Jets are electing to go for it here on 4th down and forever. Stafford rolling, and he just cannot get that ball out. The offensive line cannot protect him. It's a turnover on downs, and here comes the rookie quarterback for the LA offense, and Brent Hurdle. Arnold. He is the new starting quarterback, 74 overall. He was drafted sometime in the first round, I assume. As the Rams will start with a running play up the middle of this defense, and we have the backups in there also on the defensive side of the ball. Want to see how much they can produce here. Still trying to figure out the slot corner spot, as this pass will go over the middle here, and this is the starting offense for the LA Rams, as David York is hurt on the field. Really don't want to see any injuries this week. A lot of these players are trying to find their role on this team, as this pass will go to Cooper Kupp over the middle for another first down. That's 13 easy yards. As now the LA Rams enter into the red zone here. Here's a carry onto the outside. Good job by Mitch Parman, breaking that. Good tackle for loss. It'll be 2nd down and 11 now, as the Rams will continue to run the football, and DeAndre Bryan with a good tackle. Here's our first round pick that we traded up to go get, and I was very happy with this selection. As it's 3rd down and 10 now, as the Rams will look to throw here, going over the middle, as this pass won't get the first down. It's 4th down and manageable, but they will probably kick the field goal. With a minute 27 left to go here in the preseason, Tom Brady is trying to get our offense down the field and put up a field goal, as he's going to look to throw here as he turns to Alex Dixon. And Dixon will get close to the first down marker. Brady in the shotgun here on 2nd down and 2. He's back to the air here, looking for anyone here, and he's going to go down by the pressure. Sacked back at the 30. New York has all 3 timeouts here. 30 seconds to go. Brady's back. He's looking for anyone here, and he's going to Nick Rodriguez, and Rodriguez couldn't bring down that pass. It's 4th down. And here is potentially the last play here in the preseason for the New York Jets. Brady's back. He looks to throw here as he's turning to Jeff Jefferson. He just underthrew him, and that right there is the ball game. And that, everyone, is the preseason. All 3 preseason highlights. I'm sorry that not every play was commentary behind it. Really difficult to predict when I have to commentate and when I don't have to, but I hope you guys do enjoy the little bit of a highlight reel with a little music behind it. But overall, the New York Jets went 0-3 in the preseason. Overall, I think I know who I'm going to be starting on the outside, and I think I know who's going to be in the slot corner. I don't know just yet. Let me know down below what you guys think. But overall, good day by our offense, putting up 35 points. We had a couple takeaways defensively. Happy to see that. Overall, a good day. We got to see every quarterback besides Steven James. And, you know, overall, very good preseason for our team. Let's go quickly through these stats. Owen Stafford, solid day. Probably his worst out of the 3 preseason games. Kendall really looked good. And then Brady got a couple drives. Isaiah Hurts played very well when he got touches. We didn't really run the ball again. I wanted to see these passing playmakers, but Jeff Jeffers with that big touchdown reception, it's definitely intriguing me. And then defensively, Deshaun went out there and had an excellent day. The same with Matt Joe, our 2 top draft picks, really played well. Got a couple sacks here and a couple turnovers. So overall, happy with the performance. So let's go fill out this roster. Let's go make this 53-man roster and get set for week 1. And this will be the starting week 1 roster. We have Steven James obviously at quarterback, but we obviously want to know who won the competitions, in my opinion. So at wide receiver, we're going to go with Keyshawn Lloyd. I think between him and Ben Toon, Lloyd is much more of a replacement for Hopkins in terms of height, weight, and speed. And that's the reason I want to play him. He's better in the outside, in my opinion, than Ben Toon. I think Toon's a better slot receiver. I think he's better going over the middle and making those type of plays. Of course, with starting Keyshawn, it definitely does limit us in terms of big play potential. He does not have the best speed, let's not forget that. but overall, I think Lloyd can play that spot. Ben, for the time being, I just think that he's a good player. I think he could start, and I think he could do it successfully. It's just, I think Lloyd just produced a little bit better. In terms of the rest of the positions on the offense, really nothing more surprises. I guess the only other surprise is that we decided not to keep Brady. Decided just to have 2 quarterbacks on the roster. And then you flip to the defense side of the ball. This is going to be the starting defense when we go into the base defense. Yet again, no surprises here in terms of cuts or anything. But this is when we go into our nickel and dime. And you guys can see the rookie Deshaun Bryant has won the slot corner spot. So I think Bryant, as a slot corner, he can just make a little bit more plays for us in terms of both in the running game as well as in coverage. Of course, I'm going to monitor it this season for both Brian and for Toon and for Keyshawn and even Phil Caskello. I want to see who plays, and I'm going to give it to the hot hand. If one plays better than the other, who knows? We'll make changes as needed. So let's go into the next week. As you guys may or may not know, we will be playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, a team that we have not done very, very well against over the last few years. This is going to be an interesting matchup. The Chiefs are very, very talented, and they're our week 1 opponent. So guys, I really do hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please leave a like, comment down below what you thought of the preseason, and don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you're excited for week 1 versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And I will see you in the next one.